When I was a kid, I used to look up to Ice Cube. I mean, he was just so hard, so gangster. I used to have dreams that he just come into my house and murder my entire family. Points if you know where that's from. But either ways, Mr. Cube here has, he has some questions after the Democratic National Convention, and I'm a smartass with an answer for everything. So without further ado, let's see what's bothering Mr. Are We There Yet?
So, over the last 4 days, the Democratic National Party held a convention. A lot of people, getting up there and talking, and, everybody really, eating it up, throwing their hands in the air like they just don't care damn near. So, it's what I didn't hear is, what's in it for us?
Whoa, did you not see Kamala Harris get nominated? I mean, because that's what's in it for y'all. You got your strong, independent woman candidate. And so they gonna ride that. The quote unquote Negroes are good. They're covered. Also, I mean, what do you mean? Like, when it comes to us, are you including you? Because you are a multi-millionaire, if memory serves me correctly. So, I mean, exactly which us are you talking about? Because when it comes to access to resources and the ability to, basically do any and everything you want and live your dreams, that's exactly what you've done throughout the course of your life, sir.
For the black community, besides the same old thing we've been getting from these parties.
Oh, you're saying parties with an S. Have you talked to your mayor? Have you talked to not your mayor, because I'm pretty sure you live in one of those very nice neighborhoods that probably has a Republican council and mayor and representatives and all that other fun stuff. So, but the deal is when you want to sit here and talk about parties, we're talking about the Democratic Party, and the deal is that there are so many quote unquote black, because you're not really making it clear. Like, that's one thing that I really do respect about, our lighter skinned counterparts, is that they are really like white, like between Jewish people, Italian people, Polish people, Irish people, they all kind of fall under white, but they are very clear about the distinctions of them and others. So when you sit here and say black, it really is just like all encompassing, when it's like, we're a little bit more complex and nuanced than that, sir. But I mean, you seem to have done fantastic for yourself. It's almost as if, the country, you back in the day with NWA, you had, issues with lawmakers, but you ended up winning those battles, right? Like, I mean, you were free to make the music that you wanted to make, or that the producers needed you guys to make. I mean, that's the weird thing about Ice Cube and a lot of and Diddy and a lot of these artists, where, they were such an integral part to pushing a lot of the cultural, I hate the term normalizing, but normalizing a lot of the cultural, a lot of the cultural faux pas that we have in our communities, that is like, for you to turn around now and be like, oh, well, the government's supposed to be doing this, government's supposed to be doing that. In the words of Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, government, niggas politic themselves.
Send it for us, for real. I didn't hear anybody mention a contract with Black America.
The contract, what do you think Obama was, dude? What do you think the welfare state's been, dude? That's been the contract. And that contract, the reparations and what all those suckers out there screaming, oh, I'm a reparations. Like, bro, you was in on the heist, you just don't like your cut. Like, for real. It's the same thing Dave said when it came to the women. That exact same line of logic that you can put towards women, you can technically put towards Black America, because, like, back in the day, these choices were made. They were greenlit, and they were made in rooms that none of us were in, but they were the calls. You've been one of the main benefactors of of this progression forward. And so for you to react with such anger really is perplexing, particularly to those who haven't been as fortunate.
And I don't know why, because it's one of the most comprehensive reform documents that's come about in a long time that can really address the problem.
I don't know what document that he's talking about. I'm pretty sure it ultimately ends up to, oh yeah, just throw money here, as if that hasn't been the game plan. It hasn't been what's been taking place this entire time. Like, oh yeah, just throw government money here, throw taxpayer money here. And it's like, I get it. I get how that sounds like a good idea, but it never really is different, because it's all just more government programs and bureaucracy and a complete lack of the real solutions, such as ending the drug war and a concentrated move towards building economic mobility.
The way it look, they don't have a plan. Everybody's, talking about get Trump out, get Trump out, get Trump out. If you vote, that's going to happen on the first day. So now what? Trump out, now what? What?
You sit here pretending like Trump going, I'm sorry guys, but they've purposefully kind of driven the boat into the iceberg when it comes to this upcoming election. And for you, like, oh, well, now what? No, bro, like, that's the thing. You got states, you got counties, you got local / municipal, county, and state governments that all literally come before the federal government when it comes to our, there's just the well-being or our day-to-day lives. And so many people are just quick to ignore it because, oh, that's the presidency is the nice shiny one. But there are so many different, particularly here in Jersey, where they could just keep creating more and more bureaucracy, just throwing money away. And it's bananas, but you guys like to ignore that. No. We want to complain about Trump's. Like, nah. We are actually, I think, in tune on that one.
What do we get in the first 100 days? That's what we're trying to figure out. What do we actually get that they could give us overnight like that? They just pulled 3.
Such a thing doesn't exist. Like, there is no why are people demanding things to just be expedient as if, oh wait, no, it's not as if, because they don't understand how government works. All right. It's all one gigantic negotiation, and you're continuously negotiating. And so to sit here and be like, well, just give us this one thing and everything will be fine. No, it won't. Because guess what? When it comes to the money, the welfare state proves that you just can't keep throwing money at this and expecting people to get right. And in your music is a big part of the reason, a big part of the culprit as to how urban America, particularly on the West Coast, because I've never really been that big of a fan of Ice Cube's music, but particularly on the West Coast, it's a big part of what drove to this prison chattel farm, this prison farming system that's damn near uniform in all of America.
$1 trillion out their ass and gave it to their friends. That's American taxpayer money. That's your money that they just gave away. And then
okay, Ice Cube, here's the thing. Yeah, you may pay super high taxes. All right, I get it. But on average, particularly when it comes to Black America, we really don't want to sit here and start tallying things up. That's not a good look, dude. As far as the amount that's being put in from Black Americans as opposed to the amount that's taken out from quote unquote Black Americans. Yeah, let's not do that.
There's 42% of Black businesses closing. None of that money. Where's our fucking bailout?
You get the PPP too. I mean, like businesses in general were offered PPP loans. I know plenty of businesses that completely squandered their PPP loans. I mean, the stories are coming out wild and fast when it comes to the amount of fraud that's taken place since this whole CV situation popped off. So, you might want to pump your brakes, my guy.
Where's the bailout? Not the PPP loan that they didn't give us. Where's the bailout? I don't want to hear about deficit.
Welfare state. That's the bailout. That's been the bailout. That's been the bailout this entire time. When back in the 70s, I mean, well, late 60s, with the signing of the Civil Rights Act, there was some backdoor deals that was made, and the welfare state was one of them. Hey, you got to sacrifice those men. You got to sacrifice those men to the prison systems. And that's exactly, and it's been systematic this entire time. You want to talk about systemic racism. It's been, when you have black people running these communities, you got black mayors, you got black council people, you got black governors, you got black party leaders and everything else like that. When you got all these folks in the same place, maybe the issue isn't black or white. Maybe it's just a matter of power and control within these communities.
I want to hear about what our generations gonna have to pay. Because if we don't have shit, they ain't gonna have shit anyway to pay nothing.
That's the thing. You got a lot of shit, right? I mean, like, did Ice Cube go broke? I'm pretty sure Ice Cube didn't go broke. You still getting those those residuals, those Friday residuals, my guy. I mean, like, speaking of Friday, like, you wrote Friday, like, it was a good film. Like, you've been able to create, and that's amazing. Like, and so it's like, of all people to be angry and be upset and like, oh my goodness, black people are being torn down because they're black people. Like, bro, you became famous at a time. Like, there's another theory that, like, once people become famous, they're trapped in the year in which they became famous. All right. And you've been famous for like well over a quarter of a century. My guy, the world advances.
So we got to start something right now. Democrats don't seem like they got a plan. Republicans don't seem like they got a plan for us. So how the hell you gonna vote for them?
Talk to the mayors.
Make them earn that vote. They can.
Yeah, the black mayors. Yeah, make them earn that vote. Actually have them talking about economic mobility and bringing, and really investing in the nuclear family. Because if you want to, like, all these problems that we have, it's the core. It's the core of all of these problems. And ending the drug war while we're at it, because it's stupid. So, guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub, and enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day? Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring. Link in the description. Flash it and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Like, Ice Cube, like, you're like, oh man, you, like, in many ways, when it comes to the entertainment industry, you're like a Donald Trump yourself, right? Like, you actually made something, you built something, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, just the fact that it's there, we're not going to get into quality, but either ways, you've been able to do rather well for yourself. So it comes across as insanely disingenuous for you to be here, to sit here and be like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, what do they got for us? What's they got for us? Well, I just got finished telling you. You don't want to believe me? And that's on you. And if you disagree with me, well, that's what my comment section's for. All right, guys? Until the next one.